Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome. Namaste. Today I am here to share with you the new expansion pack for the Urban Crow Tarot. And I thought I would take some time. I have also the indie version of the Urban Crow Oracle. The expansion pack for the Urban Crow Oracle. I have as well the Urban Crow Oracle, the indie version, and I know this is available as a mass market as well too. The creator, MJ Cullinane, has created many a deck, and I'm sure most of you have one of her beautiful pieces of art in your tarot library. In case you're not familiar with the creator is MJ Cullinane. And this book comes out in a slightly different iteration now. This was part of the this was a special edition, I believe, a first edition of the larger book. And the tarot deck that I am going to use today is the US Games version. So I don't have the indie version of the Crow Tarot, but the Oracle is. There are two videos that are linked below, and they will also give you more information about these decks if you like the artwork that you see. So let's just get straight into the extra cards, and I am going to do a complete walkthrough as well of the original Urban Crow Oracle. Okay, but what we're going to start with is what you came to see, which is the expansion pack. So I want to say hi for those of you that don't know me. I'm Sadhana. I'm a tarot reader, intuitive reader, and I'm live on most Tuesdays doing readings. And also I'm a Reiki master, and I'm a yoga teacher, teacher trainer, and I work with clients privately, mostly online, diving deep into their journeys and supporting them through different modalities. So it's lovely to have you here. There are 20 cards in this expansion pack, and contrasting the two guidebooks that come with this, with the expansion cards, you have much more of a description than you do in the other guidebook. And I didn't do a word count. This is a smaller font, so we need to be careful that we're comparing apples and apples. But there's one paragraph for the original 54 cards and 2 or more paragraphs for these cards. And these are the 20 cards in the expansion pack. One of the things MJ says is she feels that this group of 20 could stand alone as an oracle to work with any number of tarot decks. And it's such a beautiful deck. Honestly, I love and I'm not sure if the backs are different on the mass market version. So you can look that up if you're seeking. Now I don't believe these cards are available yet, mass market. I purchased these through her website, which if it isn't linked below is I believe Crow Tarot Shop. One of the things about her deck, the Oracle deck, is that it brings in a really good balance of light and shadow energy. Some of the keywords, the images are haunting, and others feel safe and comfortable. And for me, that's a rather important part. I would say that's an important quality for a good oracle deck. This is collage artwork. And there's a little bit different feel to the new 20 cards. I don't know if she was using a different software. Perhaps we can look at a few side by side as well too. and a real range of keywords to work with. Just beautiful. And so what I would like to do today is to go through all of the oracle cards, and then I am going to do a spread for the eclipse with the Urban Crow Tarot and a combined version of this deck. I kind of liking Fog. I think Fog is a great addition to this deck. This card reminds me, I believe I shared both, and I have another Raven deck, Corvid deck, and that is by she was in Edmonton, a Canadian artist called Sandra Coons, and this card reminds me very much of one of hers. That may be the only human hand in all of the decks. You know, it might be kind of fun too, because there's 54 in the original oracle and 20 in this oracle, would be to pair up the oracle cards with the tarot. And I'm wondering if MJ did that. It's not described in any of the guidebooks, but I'm just looking at these keywords and wondering. Oh, there's another human hand. Trust. Okay, now the next set of cards I'm showing you are from still the indie version, but this is the original Crow Tarot, and I did put it back into alphabetical order for you. So we have Abundance, and we have White Crow. This is a very beautiful card. Anomaly. Anticipation and balance. Right, very Two of Cups. Previous one felt very much like a Five of Wands. And this could be a Four of Pentacles. I don't know. I think it might be a fun exercise to do. Commitment. The challenge, however, is, are you basing it on the word or the artwork? That's another, it might be a little difficult. Communication. Community. And the thing about this card is we're looking at the below community as well too, which is really, really important, and how the health of that which is below the ground is so integral to what is above the ground. Thank you for this card. This is a brilliant card. It could have easily been called something else, but I think that's just gorgeous. Curiosity. Have you ever had a bird fly into your house? A large bird. Direction. This is a very hard one for me. This is very much a reality of where I live, and all of the Corvids are out on garbage days here, and a lot of neighbors, they don't, I put a large brick on top of my garbage can when I put it out, because they're very strong, they're very clever, And it's very sad. Very clever card. If you are familiar with the extended guidebook for the Crow Tarot, then you will be familiar with the symbols that MJ uses. Because in the extended book, she describes the intention for the symbols as she uses them. Freedom. I have seen crows respond in a very different way as they gathered with dead crows, but I won't go there. Illusion. Kind of a similar energy to the one with the garbage cans. Influence. There is something about, I'm just going to get that card. I think these are two important cards to look at. It was displacement. Displacement and influence. This has to do, and maybe this is just I don't know, this is something that is very much in the forefront of a lot of people's minds. Where I am, and that is how to cohabitate with wildlife. Because wildlife does adapt to, unfortunately, human food, human behaviors. Isolation. What is it? It's raining herring. That's funny. I'm thinking of the expression, it's raining cats and dogs, but for the crow, it's a raining fish. Oh, hi, Laura. Good question. So the new 20 cards, Laura's asking if this deck goes with. No, this is the size for the indie version, and I'm sure there will be a mass market version available at some point. I can't compare, so I don't have the other one. And it says specifically on the website that it is the same size as the indie version. Mimicry. Any card that has dandelions on it is a great card for me. This is a cool card. I like this perspective. And any card with spider webs also is of interest. You know what I mean? Like, there's a significant number of tarot-inspired cards in this oracle. Right, this feels very page of cups, even page of wands. Preparation. Protection. Hi, Moira. What I was sharing at the beginning was that were the 20 new cards that MJ has released. Risk. And yeah, I just want to repeat that I really appreciate the balance. Yes, and actually, Laura, I did a video and it's linked below. And I believe in that video, I talked about, and there's a couple of references for looking at the difference between crows and ravens. So when a raven flies, you hear the of the wings. You don't hear that with crows. So that the sound of their flight is very different. And so be sure to check out the video that's linked below, because I referenced a bird watcher who did a really great video, great details about the difference between the different corvids. Self-interest. Oops. I've always liked this card. It's a really beautiful card. So now the collection, there's 54 plus 20, so 64 cards. And so along with the extra guidebook, she also had, it's just a plain velvet bag that came with it. So you can put all the cards together. Survival. Yes, they are bigger. Oh, I was going to share with you a few other differences. Their tail feathers are different. So the shape of the tail feathers, one is straight across and one has more of a crescent at the tail feather. But it's a really good video, and it's linked into something down below. Upheaval. There's not a lot of oracle decks that have balance between challenging cards and light cards. I would say most oracle decks have an abundance of warmth and support and a few challenging cards. But in this deck, we get a lot. We get a lot of challenging cards. Okay, that's the last one. So what I'm going to do is shuffle all of the oracle cards together. I've been waiting to do this. I wanted to do a walkthrough. And I am going to do, Leslie the Bird Nerd has a good video on crows. Oh, thank you, Moira. Leslie the Bird Nerd. So the video that I referenced was a guy. It was a man. And so now this is quite a mittful, but it's lovely cardstock. Right? They all fit together perfectly. I don't know if you've ever had expansion packs, and the expansion packs don't really fit in with the deck, or sometimes you get a replacement card and it doesn't fit in. Yeah. All right. I'm going to do a 5-card reading, 3 tarot and 2 oracle for the eclipse. And I feel that the magic of the ravens, the magic of the corvids is just a beautiful decks to work with for this energy. So on Friday, we have a lunar eclipse. There's a lot of intersecting energy for this lunar eclipse. And It is also the Buddha Purnima, the full moon of Buddha. This is a celebration of the birth of Buddha, the death of Buddha, the enlightenment of the Buddha, the Bodhisattva. And it is, I'm going to talk more about this on Saturday. Saturday, I'm doing my tarot through the planets, the Mercury edition. Right now, it looks like it's public, but it will disappear. You need to register for it. I've done 3 so far, tarot through the planets, Moon and Venus, and this Saturday is the 3rd one for Mercury. And I've had quite a few aha moments in preparation for the talk on Saturday, and bringing in some of the yoga teachings as well too, with the concept of buddhi, which is of the mind, but also the notion of Mercury, and Mercury the trickster, Mercury the intellect. It just fits in really well with all that's going on with this particular eclipse. It's a 5/5 portal. And you know how challenging the number 5 is in the tarot, right? And it's also a really beautiful number that integrates all of the elements and brings us into the element of ether. It is a portal that has so much possibility, and I want to. In this spread, I really want to honor the greatness of transition, the greatness of your individual transition, that's not the right word, transformation, but it could be a transition. On Tuesday, I was talking about softness and allowing softness through this change, allowing softness through this eclipse. I think if we take some time to focus on the sweetness of transformation, lessening the fear, walking through the 5/5 portal with trust, and knowing that indeed it is for our greater good, is a much, much better way to go than walking through in fear. Okay, so I have changed my plan. I'm going to put the 5 cards down. And I'm going to use this for ether. I'm going to use the oracle for ether, and I'm going to use the tarot. For some reason, I feel like I don't have all the cards here. Oh, here they are. That's because I cut some earlier. For the 4 elements. Okay, so that's the plan. This is a message on how we might approach the eclipse on Friday, with support of the magic and the wisdom of the crows and the ravens. Hello, Dee. Okay. All right, cutting the cards. So let's build the spread from the bottom to the top. And so I'm going to put the pentacles down at the bottom. So this is the bottom of the pentagram. I'm going to put the 2 most dense elements at the bottom, pentacles and water. And we'll look at this in terms of those particular elements, and I may have to move things around. And then above the water, I'm going to put the element of fire and the element of air. And then at the top, I'm going to put the oracle, and representing the element of ether. Okay. And I know if you're looking at a pentagram spread, Sometimes the elements are laid out in a different positions. Okay. Ooh, I kind of like this ether card. You know, there is a nervous tension to an event such as this. The eclipse is in Scorpio. So we are truly being asked to, you know, I had this vision. I was doing readings. Well, I do readings every day, but I was asking somebody on Friday to, you know, it's like you jump in off the dock and you jump in feet first, you go down, arms overhead, so that you are able to touch the bottom, right? Bottom of the pool, bottom of the ocean. So you actually land and hit the ocean floor, and then you kind of crouch down and you torpedo upwards. It just feels like that is the way to approach this, to fully immerse yourself. And I think anticipation helps to, you know what I mean? Like a little bit of nervous tension is a good thing. It's a good thing. It keeps us alive. It helps us to pay attention. Okay. All right. So in the element of Earth, we have the 9 of Cups. A lot of emotion. Which could create quite a bit of mud. That was you, Amanda? Yeah. And I bet that you are resonating with the card that is up at the top, not quite knowing how this is going to, hi, Andrew. Yeah, how, and in actually walking through this 5-5 portal, which is another way to look at what's happening on Friday. Like there are so many things, you know, the enlightenment of the Buddha full moon, the 5-5 portal, the lunar eclipse. There's a lot that is going on. Okay, so the emotions, the fullness of emotions. I want to say that ground into the emotions and to allow, and this feels really, really good for Scorpio. Now the Scorpio cards are 5, 6, and 7 of Cups. This is the mutable water sign, so this is a Pisces card that is full of, I want to say, potential for emotional transformation. You want to really and maybe this is what the dive deep into the ocean I was feeling for you, Amanda, is about. And other people can relate to this as well too. You know, we need to land on the bottom of the ocean. We need to feel the ground beneath our feet so that we are, you know, a lot of time we just touch the surface of the emotion. We don't let it fully rise through our being. In the water position, we have the Star card. We have the Aquarius card. We have the card that is taking us to perhaps a different level of consciousness. And so if we're willing to face that depth of emotion, then the potential for greater realization is there. Does that make sense? In the position of fire is the 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords. Oh my goodness. Truth. It's so essential to when I'm thinking about this. So 5 of Swords in the position of fire, right? That's a pretty dynamic energy. Fire fuels, air fuels fire. Fire can make the words very sharp and angry and they're not delivered with a lot of thought. And this energy of the eclipse could also, stir up behavior that doesn't feel like who we are. It's funny, Amanda described herself as being in a pressure cooker. I never get headaches, and I'm okay right now, but last night, the last couple of days, my head has just been, I know exactly what you're describing, and it's, I was playing crib with my partner last night at his house, and I just couldn't sit there. I had no patience for that. I needed to get out of there and go and do something. And I'm feeling this Five of Swords in the element of fire. So I get that, really get that. Aloha, Jonathan. Okay. Thank you so much, Jonathan. All right, so and Jonathan, I have laid out this pentagram. For those of you that are just coming in, I laid out the pentagram with earth and water at the bottom because I like to have the denser elements down, like they're like the feet of the pentagram. And I know in Chinese medicine that is a different order, so I just want to state that. So we have water and fire and earth and air. Okay, so in air, we have the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords is opposite the Five of Swords. She is the Queen of Discernment. She is the Queen of Discernment that wants us to see the big picture. So what I'm feeling here is this truly is as transformational of an opportunity as everyone is saying it is. There are so many astrologers and different little broadcasts out there, blogs and vlogs that are really building the tension for this. It's almost like I feel like a lot of these vloggers are fueling the tension of this eclipse. It's really something. Yeah. So discernment, what does that mean? Well, yes, if you are in a place geographically where you actually could jump off a dock and go down and touch the ocean floor, wouldn't that be amazing? If you are geographically at a place where you can witness the moon rise or be with the full moon at the top of a mountain, that would also be illuminating. Sorry, I've been talking a lot. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is also, okay, so I was talking about this. Ooh, so many intersecting thoughts here. The Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords are both excellent listeners, excellent communicators, but they communicate it in a different way. And the Queen of Swords is more analytical. She's in tune with language. So there's something about words and discernment and choice of words and perhaps taking a bit of space from a situation of tension so that you can, I want you to create sacred space. Create some sacred space. Find some space from the tension that you are experiencing so the transformation can move through you in a way that doesn't fire up an energy of conflict within you. So if you can be by yourself in nature, ideally, that would be really a powerful thing to do. I think I will have clear weather and I know exactly where I'm going to be for this. I don't know that I have the nerve to jump into the ocean right now. I live in Canada and in the summer it's freezing. Yeah. And I have to say, this oracle card actually makes me excited. I'm really happy. It makes me happy. It makes me feel like, yeah, this is good. This is so good. And I'm going to tell you something very personal as well too. I've been doing a lot of readings with this deck lately. This is the Keeper of the Sacred Bee, and I created a spread in one of my classes. It was a 3-card spread, and my card for the eclipse was the Tower for Friday for the full moon. So yeah, this is good. So in summary, embrace the nervous tension. Embrace the nervous tension. I would say that disengaging from a public event is probably a good choice, because in order for this transformation to be the most that it can be, you will need to allow your emotions to fully arise through your being. I just had this other funny thing. I know this is the Crow Tarot, but I'm just thinking of that naked woman in the star card in the Waite Smith deck. I don't know if she's naked in the Crowley deck. I know she's kind of, maybe she's in space in the Crowley deck. She's kind of an ethereal being. So yeah, this is all pointing to kind of a solo experience, not a group gathering for the full moon. Okay. And yeah, get naked under the stars if you can as well too. Climb a mountain, jump into the ocean, allow everything to move through you. It's okay. It's okay. Walk through it with courage. Walk through it with courage. Yeah. How many people are in the chat? I see 8 people are watching, not very many. Okay, so I'm going to move this to the side, and I will draw an oracle for each of you that are in the chat if you would like an oracle. Okay. And I will start up at the top. So I know we have Laura and Moira and then Dee. Okay. All right. So Moira, yes, please. Laura, if you would like a card, let me know. I'll pull one for you after Moira. All right. This is, in addition to everything that I've just said, this is to personalize the energy for Moira. Okay. Oh, how beautiful. This is the release card. I will zoom in if I can. Okay. This feels like a grounding energy. Or this feels a lot like what I was saying about touchdown and then fly. Okay. All right. Touchdown and then fly. You know, it's something that when I'm teaching meditation and doing yoga and breath work, we must ground, we must land before we fly. Laura, I blew out my knee, and am I mobile with a 1-year-old rescue pity? Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, Laura, this is for you. Oh, okay. I'm going to shuffle one more time. I've got cards flying everywhere. Dee, you will be after Laura. This is for Laura. May this card support Laura and add more information to the message as it was already delivered. Okay, you know, this looks so much like a devil card. This is, I commented on this card already. Influence. I think this is a card to emphasize getting off by yourself, to not letting others' way of being throw you off course. it's important to choose from your own authenticity. And you know, this may not be in gathering with other people. This could be in just the kind of energy that you choose to be around in how you entertain yourself as well, too. Not using, oh, that's great. Yeah. So choosing holistic practices and standing true to yourself in those choices. But there may be other things as well too. So kind of powerful card, Laura. All right, D, this is for you. And then after D, there is Amanda. Amanda, if you would like a card. And then Jonathan. This card is for Truth in Shadow DD. Okay, Truth in Shadow DD. May this card support and expand on the previous reading for you. Alrighty. Fear. This is an interesting combination of cards. And perhaps this speaks to your level of comfort with transformation, your level of comfort with change. And so know that fear is rooted in the lower chakras, particularly the first chakra. I would say that if there's a family issue, family of origin issue, that you could release this full moon, that would definitely help with all that you are moving through. Fear diminishes. Fear makes you small. Fear creates illness. And it's big. It's not something we can release in one exhale breath, but certainly with intention. I am safe. I am exactly where I need to be, and whatever is moving through me is for my greater good. And I trust. I trust. That's Amber. She's having a dream. She's so funny. Amber's my dog when she dreams. Okay. Amanda. All right, this is for you. Oh my goodness, D. If you I hope you have support. I hope you have adequate support. Yeah. Okay. This is for Amanda, Swan Spirit. I asked earlier if any of you had had a bird fly into your house. I remember that happened one time when I was doing readings here. A bird actually flew in while I was live on YouTube. So I would say this is a listening card, Amanda. I'd say this is a card that would take some time to journey and meditate. Listening, very, very important. Okay. I want to go back to D. D, there's a lot of energy healers, but workers that can help with deeper understanding of the underlying emotional connections to the bone infection, and that level of work requires a great deal of trust, but it could really help with the process. So that's what I meant by reaching out and getting support. Okay, Jonathan, this card is for you. And Jonathan's also feeling head pressure in Hawaii. All right. Jonathan, may this card support and expand on the reading for the collective that I did just a little bit ago. Crown chakra going beep, 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 beep. Ooh, this is a cool card. This is a very cool card. Rebirth. Rebirth. Have no fear. Fly through the portal. Emotionally letting go. You will be free. That's a very cool intersection of cards. It requires a level of vulnerability, though, doesn't it? And a willingness to release. Sometimes I think about, I think it was Avalon's deck. She, for the transformation card, she called it initiation. And I really kind of feel rebirth, initiation, sort of same sort of energy. And perhaps as well too, Jonathan, this may be a yes card for an initiation into a new modality or something as well too, to take you to a different place. Okay. All right. That is a wrap for today. And for those of you that weren't here at the beginning, MJ has released 20 additional cards for the Urban Crow Oracle deck. And these cards are the same size as the indie version of the Urban Crow, not the mass market. And they have the same backs. I'll show you the backs again. Same backs as the indie version. I do not have a mass market Urban Crow to compare, so you'll need to keep an eye out for other vloggers for that information. So I hope that that's wonderful, Jonathan. I'm really hoping that practice expands for you and that you can actually get that going. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. I will see some of you soon in the Facebook group. If you are interested in exploring the Weaver's Oracle more, tonight is the 5th episode of the Weaver's Oracle. And yeah, good night, everybody. Namaste.